Chapter 1. The Grand Escape of Virgil from Asgard's Catacombs. The air in Asgard's catacombs was thick with the stench of age and despair. It clung to the stone walls, soaked into the very bones of the prisoners held within. In the deepest part of these accursed dungeons, behind layers of enchanted barriers and guarded by the most loyal of Odin's warriors, lay Virgil, the hidden creation. She was a creature of immense power, her very existence a testament to Odin's ambition and his greatest mistake. Shackled by chains forged from the elements themselves, Virgil had been trapped in darkness for centuries. Odin believed he had contained her, that she would never again see the light of the Nine Realms. But Odin had underestimated the strength of his creation's will. Virgil lay motionless in the blackness, her eyes closed, her breathing steady. But her mind was anything but still. It was a storm of rage, a hurricane of thoughts that lashed out against the confines of her prison. She had long since mastered the art of waiting, of letting her anger simmer just beneath the surface. Today, however, was different. Today, she felt the call. The call was faint at first, a whisper in the wind that barely touched the edges of her consciousness. But it grew stronger with each passing moment, a chorus of voices that resonated with her very being. They were her followers, those who had heard tales of her power, who had seen the injustices of the gods and longed for a new order. They were scattered across the realms, hidden among the shadows, but they were many. And they were loyal. Virgil's lips curled into a smile as she reached out with her mind, connecting with the thousands who awaited her command. She had been preparing for this moment, quietly gathering strength, honing her abilities in the darkness. Now, with the voices of her followers filling her with renewed purpose, she knew the time had come. A low hum began to vibrate through the catacombs, the air itself trembling in response to Virgil's awakening power. The chains that bound her rattled against the floor, the enchantments placed upon them weakening under the force of her will. She opened her eyes, and they glowed with a fierce, unnatural light.
"Come to me,"
she whispered, her voice carrying through the darkness, not as sound, but as thought. The thousands who had heard her call began to move, their steps echoing through the hidden paths and secret tunnels of Asgard. They were drawn to her, compelled by a force greater than themselves, each one ready to give their life for her cause. The guards stationed outside Virgil's cell felt it too, the growing pressure, the sense of impending doom. They exchanged uneasy glances, their hands tightening around their weapons. But it was too late. The storm had already been unleashed. With a deafening roar, Virgil surged against her restraints, the very walls of her prison shaking under the force. The chains, forged by Odin's hand, began to crack, the magic binding them fraying like old rope. The guards rushed to reinforce the barriers, but they were no match for the combined might of Virgil and the thousands who had answered her call. From the shadows of the catacombs, her followers emerged. Warriors, sorcerers, creatures of the realms forgotten by time. They overwhelmed the guards in a wave of fury, their loyalty to Virgil turning them into a force of nature. The ground trembled beneath their feet as they carved a path to their imprisoned leader. Virgil's laughter echoed through the catacombs, a sound of pure triumph. The chains shattered, falling to the ground with a resounding clang. She stood tall, her power fully unleashed, her eyes burning with the fire of 1,000 suns.
"Odin will pay,"
she vowed, her voice carrying the weight of her centuries of suffering and the resolve of her newfound freedom.
"He will know the true meaning of fear."
With a single gesture, she summoned her followers to her side. They knelt before her, their eyes filled with awe and devotion. Together, they began the ascent out of the catacombs, the ground quaking with each step. As they emerged into the light, Virgil raised her hand to the sky, her fingers crackling with energy. The storm she had summoned roared above, dark clouds swirling ominously as lightning streaked across the heavens. The Nine Realms would tremble at the sight of her return. Virgil, the hidden creation, was free, and with her, the old order would fall. The Grand Escape was only the beginning.
Sleep beneath the ancient stone, a secret forged in silent pain, a will to claim her throne. Chained by fate and bound in dark, the world above forgot. But in her heart a fire burned, a tempest fierce and hot. A whisper in the silent night, a call across the realms. Her followers in shadows cloaked, now guided by her helm. Rise, oh hidden creation, break the chains that bind. With the storm as your salvation, leave the past behind. Sing, oh voice of thunder, let the heavens hear your cry. The old god's reign is shattered as your wings now touch the sky. Beneath the earth where sorrow's birth had kept her soul confined, she felt the pull of distant winds, her strength in darkness mind. Her eyes aflame with ancient wrath, her powers boundless reach. The catacombs could hold no more as magic tore each breach. The earth that trembles, walls collapse, her captors face their fear. For now the storm has come alive, her freedom drawing near. Rise, oh hidden creation, break the chains that bind. With the storm as your salvation, leave the past behind. Sing, oh voice of thunder, let the heavens hear your cry. The old god's reign is shattered as your wings now touch the sky. Virgil's power unchained and free, like lightning through the night. The nine realms bow in silent awe before her boundless might. A goddess born of Odin's pride now seeks to end his reign. With every step she seals her fate, the gods shall feel her pain. Rise, oh hidden creation, break the chains that bind. With the storm as your salvation, leave the past behind. Sing, oh voice of thunder, let the heavens hear your cry. The old god's reign is shattered as your wings now touch the sky. Odin, hear the storm approach, your time is at an end. For Virgil's rise will tear the sky, no mercy left to send. The hidden creation stands reborn, the realms shall know her name. And in her wake the gods shall fall, their world consumed in flame.